everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Rachel Cruze Show. And I love having you guys on talking through your situations and getting to kind of coach you through all your different, whether it's a money problem or a money question. And so today I have Diane on with me. So Diane, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Where are you calling from?
Right now, College Station, Texas.
In Texas. Awesome.
Yes.
So great. And we were chatting just before we started recording, but you're a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of doctor again?
Family medicine.
Family medicine also. Has it been just crazy the past 18 months of your life?
Yes, and getting even more crazier in the last couple months.
That's right, it has.
Yes.
Well, number one, thanks for all you do and all the healthcare workers you guys put in, literally putting your lives on the line every day and putting in so much time and effort and hope into these patients that you're seeing. So number one, thank you for that. Okay, but number two, where are you financially? What's your question? What's kind of your money journey? Just give me anything, because I just love hearing people and where they're at.
Okay, so I finished residency about 2 years ago, so I just started becoming a full-fledged physician about that time. So of course, money went from nothing to a whole lot of something.
So, yes.
And so for me, I am right now on baby step number 3. So I was able in the last 2 years to kind of pay off all my little debts. I was fortunate enough not to have any student loans.
Whoa, Diane. Can I stop you for a second? How did you not have student loans and you're a doctor?
Scholarships. I have been really blessed to be on scholarships pretty much since the end of high school. All through undergrad, I had started a master's degree on a scholarship, but then I went to medical school, so I put that on hold. And luckily, I was able to get a complete tuition scholarship for medical schools. So
that's amazing.
I just got little loans here and there from family members to help with housing and traveling and moving around. And so I was able to pay that off, as well as my car. I have a 2015 Honda Civic. I call her Civica. And so, I just became debt free maybe about 2 or 3 months ago. And so I am on the Ramsey train, so to speak. And so my question really is, my fiance and I, who's also a doctor, he just finished this year, so he'll be starting his career as well. We're considering purchasing an investment property, so a rental property in the area, while we kind of are in transition. So we both have 3-year contracts. And so we're trying to figure out, we're really not sure where we're going to settle yet. We're not ready to own a home ourselves. And so we were thinking, well, how can we make some money while doing all of this? So right now we're just focusing on our emergency fund and building that up. But once that's done, we're kind of figuring out what's the next step. So we wanted to do the investment property, just a small condo or something like that.
Well, great question. When is the wedding? When are you guys going to get married?
With COVID, probably sometime next spring. It's going to be pretty small. We're probably just going to have close family and friends, trying to be socially distant. And
yes.
So it's not going to be terribly huge.
Sure, but it's coming up. You'll have something. Okay, because what I was going to say is, when it comes to money and 2 people in a relationship, I never recommend combining anything or going into something together until you're married. So for both of you, I would say, will he have student loans? Where will he be financially when you guys get married?
So by the time we get married, he will have 1 student loan, which is about $70,000, but his sign-on bonus or his contract has student loan repayment over the 3-year contract.
Okay.
So every year they'll pay a lump sum to the company, and by the time he's done with the 3 years, that'll be covered.
Okay. Perfect. So what I would do if I was in your shoes, so you still have to go through, obviously, baby step 3 and get that emergency fund in place.
Right.
That I would be preparing to say, okay, when we get married in the spring, our goal is to be completely debt-free, have an emergency fund that we can live on for 3 to 6 months. And again, you can do that math for your situation. And then above that to say, okay, where are we going to be timeline in our 3-year contract? Because if you guys are going to be able to move cities, like you said, I wouldn't recommend buying a home. I want you to be able to buy something that you can be in your permanent residence, right, for 5 years or longer is ideal. So if you guys want to skip that baby step 3B, which is saving up for a down payment, then you could go on to baby step 4, which is retirement, that 15% of your income. And then from there, after you do retirement funding, that in your case, because you guys won't have a child, I'm sure at that point. Maybe you will. If you do, then I'd start saving for college. If not, you can skip that. Obviously, you don't have a house right then. You can skip the next. So then that means I would save up and pay for a rental property. I think that that's awesome. My dad is obsessed with real estate. My husband's obsessed with real estate. Like they all love real estate and real estate investing, all of it. So I understand the desire for it, because especially now in the market, if you can somehow get a good deal, even though it's kind of hard right now, you can make a lot of equity. I mean, just the whole formula of real estate is so fun when you look at it long term, and it's passive income and all of that. But what you have to remember, number one, is we do not go into debt even for investment. So like you said, a small condo is perfect. My husband and I, we did that. A few years after we got married, we got a condo, a short sale. We went in, it was before foreclosure, and went in and got it so inexpensively. I swear, you could probably buy a car more expensive than this condo. And it was nasty. We put some carpet in, did a couple of things, but you're able to get a renter in, and we saved up, and we just did this long-term plan with investment real estate. So that's how I want you guys to kind of look at this. Again, it's very shiny, it's very exciting, but what people don't think of is the risk involved. Being a landlord, which requires time, effort, and if you guys are not in the same city as your property, it can get really difficult with the logistics of everything. So think through that. There's just a lot to think through. So I would take your time. You guys, like you said, you're making a great income. You probably have a very big shovel that you're able to do a lot of stuff with, which is awesome. And then same with him. He'll be a doctor as well. So you guys have an incredible future ahead. But I would kind of just take a beat, slow down, and map out the rest of you guys for the next 18, 24 months to make sure you're out of debt. You have a fully funded emergency fund. And if you're still in that transition, you guys have some extra cash on the side that you think, okay, let's go in and just, buy a condo and start this. I think that's great. I think you would be in a position to be able to do that. But then again, saving up for a primary home, I think is a big goal for you, for anyone. But when you guys have roots somewhere, I would definitely recommend saving up for a down payment and buying a house and going through. But I think you're kind of in a unique situation, which is really exciting. I think it's really fun that you guys are in this position. So it's awesome. And you sound diligent. You're obviously very, very smart. So you're gonna do just great. Does that help answer your question?
It does, yeah. And it aligns with kind of our timeline. We want to take our time. The market is crazy right now. And so we were thinking, well, let's just pile cash. So we'll do the emergency fund and just kind of save and save and save. And if the market turns around and we're ready, then we would do that. And hopefully it will be in the same city that we are in. And like I said, small condo, just to make sure we get our feet wet. We know what's going on, what things to look for, laws and things like that. So yeah, what you said aligned really with what we were talking about. So thank you so much for that.
That's awesome. Absolutely. I know. And I'm not a real estate investor, but I'll give you this tidbit that I've learned over the years. You make a lot of your money in investment real estate on the purchase. Like if you can get it in a foreclosure, in a short sale, like if you can get instant equity, that's the long-term play, right? Because if you decide to sell, your rental payments are great each month, but that's going to be kind of a drop in the bucket for what you could build on an instant. So that's kind of the rule of thumb with I would say Big Dave with his real estate idea, and now my husband. So they're like at the purchase, make your money at the purchase. So that's just a little. You can claim that to me though.
I will.
That was Rachel's real estate advice. So great. Oh, well, thank you so much for taking the time and chatting today. I'm so excited to hear what you guys do and your future. And thanks again for all the work that you put in, Diane, as a doctor. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And if any of you all have any questions or you just want to talk through your money situation, I'd love to do that. So you can ask your question on any of my social media channels, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. We are looking, and you can come on the show and we can chat about your money situation. And for those of you that are new to this and you're hearing, okay, the baby steps, what is all of this? Well, we have an incredible subscription called Ramsey Plus that walks you through not just budgeting, but also our course, Financial Peace University. So you can check that all out in the links below, because again, this plan is proven and it helps you take control of your money, because that's my ultimate goal for you. I want you to take control of your money and create a life you love.